Welcome! I'm Corey Lane and you're in the F.A.S.T Lane. Fast, feedback and straight talk. A Caribbean conversation about living in the era of HIV. What I want you to do right now is to sit down, sit back and relax and enjoy what we have in store for you.
Before we go any further, I wish to give a big thank you to our sponsors, UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, and CBMP, the Caribbean Broadcast Media Partnership on HIV and AIDS. Produced by The Nature Fun Rant. Homophobia in the Caribbean is one of the reasons given for the continuing spread of HIV. Many popular Jamaican singers, including Buju Bantam, Elephant Man, Bounty Killer, and even Vybz Kartel, are accused of having fueled the homophobic views among young people in the Caribbean. Today in the F.A.S.T Lane, we take a look at sexuality.
I don't really think you should legalize it. I mean, I ain't gonna stop nobody from being gay or whatever, but I don't think it should be legalized either because, quite frankly, it's against one of the laws of God. So, yeah, I don't really, think it's something that needs to be legalized.
Homosexuality don't support in any form or fashion, male or female. But at the same time is one of those cases where you can't necessarily tell who's a homosexual, because these people going by now. And I think it's a real serious issue because the people not coming forward to get tested, but they still want to engage in certain activities. Personally, I think they should just go to the GP, get their own status check, even if it's not a general place like a normal HIV rally or whatever. Go to your own GP, get a status check for everything, not just HIV. But I know they got other STDs out there and people seem to forget that.
I don't support homosexuality and sexuality either, because man and woman were supposed to be together. Eve was made for Adam, so that's the way it should be. Even says so in the Bible. So and a woman is very attractive, so I don't see why you should be going with a man for her.
Personally, I don't tolerate it because sodomy, but not sodomy and Gomorrah. Even the Bible says in Leviticus that man like doing a man is abomination, right? That's our thing, right? For me personally, so I don't tolerate it at all.
So we are hearing all the time that homophobia stuff is not something that we're supposed to live up to. It's not something that we are for. We hear it in the music, we hear politicians saying it, almost everybody saying it, everybody leaking out on homophobia stuff. So for me, I'm going to be a little biased. I'm somehow with them. Based on socializations, I'm with them.
I can't tolerate it neither, honestly speaking. But, well, like the Bible said, God made Adam and Eve. He made Adam and Steve. That's honestly speaking. But if they want to legalize it, that's their problem. I can't tolerate it, and I don't see why a man should want to get in another relationship with a man.
My take is that people are people at the end of the day, and it doesn't even matter really what you do, what you believe in. I may believe a certain thing, but I'm not going to treat a person differently because it's still a human being. So we still need to encourage people to protect themselves or to have the avenues to protect themselves appropriately and to be treated appropriately to make sure that we all can live, in a certain healthy lifestyle.
I was also raised in a home too, and it's our culture to ban fire on homosexuality. But you have to look at reality, and reality is that there are a lot of gay persons out there. So I think you should respect a man or a woman for who he or she is, and I don't necessarily agree that people banning fire upon gays, that should not stop them from getting tested, because they're humans as well, and you need to get tested to know your status, because that is very key and important.
I against homosexuality for sure, but if you're gonna be I don't know. It'd be best though. Don't mind. There can be a lot of discrimination, even more discrimination, but it'd be best if they come forward, because at least they will know, and then it'd be better for everybody else. But it might not. It's not necessarily safe, because I know a lot of people can say one kill a bullet, blah blah blah. But it'd be safer for everybody else if the people with AIDS come forward and just try to get contained.
The majority are probably moving away from it slowly though. Interaction with the wider world and seeing how acceptable is becoming worldwide. We're probably moving away from it slowly, but truth and in fact, the majority is still against it.
I think it's just such a different society now, today, and in this age, and being open to other possibilities than what you're used to is part of the world now, and including homophobia and people being, homosexual. And I think that it's important that people think about that and look at the world with an open mind and understand that it's a choice that people make, and that people should be allowed to make choices and whatever they want.
So me sing yada yada ya. So me sing yada yada ya. Oh yeah, yada yada ya. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. So we have to uplift morality, uplift humanity. We all look so nice and full of quality. Put it up and let me see, you know you're sexy. Don't let nobody give you HIV now. Uplift morality, uplift humanity. We all look so nice and full of quality. Put it up and let me see, you know you're sexy. Don't let nobody give you HIV now. Let me know you're not. Say nah, say nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. So you want to live and be healthy and also be wealthy, but you don't wanna change. A simple change in your attitude now, that's all it takes. Cut the deck now, let me see if you're a winner, show me. If you don't want no HIV, put up your hand, let me see, come put it up. Put up your hand now, put up your hand now. Put up your hand, let me see, come put it up. Put up your hand now, put up your hand now. Yagadi 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 yow. Now from me know you nah. Sing nah, sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah. Ace is around the corner, and if you no want it, I want to hear you sing nah.
Today's Mythbuster is brought to you by the Nature Fun Ranch, bringing out the positive in youth.
Soap, bleach, and virgins cannot stop or cure HIV. Mosquitoes and scratches cannot transmit HIV.
Today's Mythbuster was brought to you by Nature Fun Ranch, bringing out the positive in youth.
What I've learned from this episode is that people have a right to their sexuality, but we have a right to disagree, but not discriminate. That's it for this episode of The F.A.S.T Lane. I'm Corey Lane. Join us next time when we review the HIV campaigns.